Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy today's episode of Tales by Proverbs. Watch, listen, and learn. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye-bye.
Have you ever met someone so beautiful on the outside that everyone stopped to look at them? But when you got to know them, you discovered they were ugly on the inside? There's an ancient African proverb from the Swahili people that says, Urembo ymtusi ngozi bali and moyo. A person's beauty is not in the skin but in the heart. It sounds like something your grandmother would say to make you feel better about how you look. But what it's really revealing is a truth that could change your entire life. The people we think are beautiful often aren't, and the people we ignore might be the most beautiful of all. If you've ever been hurt by someone who looked perfect or ignored someone wonderful because they didn't look special, or felt like you're not good enough because of how you look, this proverb is about to show you what real beauty actually is. Let me tell you about someone named Amara. Meet Amara, a young woman who grew up in a small village in Kenya. She wasn't what people called beautiful. Her skin had scars from childhood illness. Her face was round, not the slim model face that magazines showed. Her body was strong from farm work, not thin like the girls on TV. Every day, Amara would look in the mirror and feel sad. Boys in her village never noticed her. They all chased after a girl named Zuri, whose name actually meant beautiful in Swahili. And Zuri was beautiful on the outside, smooth skin, pretty face, perfect smile. Everyone said she was the most beautiful girl in the village. Amara had a good heart. She helped her elderly neighbors carry water. She shared her food with hungry children. She stayed late to help her mother clean. She made people laugh when they were sad. But nobody seemed to see any of that. They only saw her face, her scars, her body that didn't look like Zuri's. In the same village lived a young man named Jabari. He was kind, hardworking, and dreamed of building a good life. And like everyone else, Jabari thought Zuri was the most beautiful girl he'd ever seen. For 2 years, Jabari tried to win Zuri's love. He brought her flowers. He helped her family with work. He wrote her poems. He did everything to show her he cared. And finally, Zuri agreed to marry him. Jabari was the happiest man in the village. He'd won the beautiful girl. Everyone was jealous. His wedding day felt like a dream coming true. But after the wedding, something began to change. Zuri was beautiful to look at, yes, but she was cold inside. She didn't help Jabari with work. She said it would ruin her smooth hands. She didn't cook for him. She said standing by the fire would damage her skin. She didn't help his sick mother. She said being around illness might make her less beautiful. When Jabari came home tired from the fields, Zuri didn't ask about his day. She only looked in the mirror, worried about her appearance. When neighbors needed help, Zuri refused because helping others might make her look less perfect. When children cried, she walked away because their noise bothered her. Jabari started to feel lonely even though he was married. He had the most beautiful woman in the village, but he felt empty inside. Her pretty face couldn't fill his house with warmth. Her smooth skin couldn't make him feel loved. Her perfect smile disappeared when no one was watching. One day, Jabari's mother became very sick. She needed constant care, feeding, bathing, medicine, comfort. Jabari asked Zuri to help him care for his mother. Zuri refused. "I didn't marry you to become a nurse," she said. "That work is dirty. It will ruin my beauty. Find someone else." Jabari's heart broke. Not because of the words, but because he finally saw the truth. He'd married a beautiful shell with nothing inside. Do you know who came to help? Amara. When Amara heard that Jabari's mother was sick and no one was helping, she came to their home. She didn't wait to be asked. She just came. For 3 months, Amara helped care for Jabari's mother. She cooked meals. She cleaned. She told stories that made the sick woman laugh. She held her hand when the pain was bad. She stayed up through long nights so Jabari could sleep. Amara's scarred skin touched the sick woman with gentleness. Her round face smiled with real warmth. Her strong hands worked without complaining. And slowly, Jabari began to see something he'd never noticed before. Amara was beautiful. Not on the outside, on the inside. And that beauty shined through everything she did. When his mother finally recovered, she held Jabari's hand and said, "My son, you married the wrong woman. You married a pretty face. But that girl helping us, she has a beautiful heart. And a beautiful heart is worth more than 1,000 pretty faces." Jabari realized his mother was right. He'd spent 2 years chasing Zuri's beauty and ignored Amara's beauty completely. He'd been looking at skin when he should have been looking at hearts. But it was too late. He was married to Zuri. And Amara, tired of being invisible, had decided to move to the city to start a new life where maybe someone would see her real beauty. The day Amara left the village, Jabari understood what he'd lost. Not a pretty face but a beautiful soul. Zuri's beauty would fade in 20 years. But Amara's beauty would grow stronger every year because it came from inside. So what is this Swahili proverb really teaching us? Urembo ymtusi ngozi bali and moyo. A person's beauty is not in the skin but in the heart. It sounds simple, like something adults say to kids to be nice. But it's actually revealing a truth that most people learn too late. We live in a world obsessed with outside beauty. Pretty faces on Instagram. Perfect bodies in magazines. Smooth skin in commercials. Everyone wants to look beautiful on the outside. We spend money on makeup, clothes, surgeries, filters, all to make our skin look better. But the proverb says, that's not where real beauty lives. Real beauty lives in your heart. What does that mean? It means beauty is how you treat people. Beauty is kindness when someone is mean to you. Beauty is helping when no one is watching. Beauty is making others feel good instead of making yourself look good. Beauty is the warmth you bring to a room, not the prettiness of your face. Think about people you know. Haven't you met someone who looked perfect but made you feel bad? Maybe they were mean, selfish, or cold. Their pretty face didn't make them beautiful. It just made them a pretty mean person. And haven't you met someone who didn't look special, but when you were with them, you felt happy? Maybe they were funny, kind, or caring. Their normal face didn't make them ugly. It just meant their beauty was hiding in a deeper place. Scientists have studied this. There was a study where people looked at photos of faces and rated them. Then those same people met the real people in the photos. The ones who were kind, funny, and caring? People started saying they looked more beautiful. The ones who were mean, selfish, and cold? People started saying they looked less beautiful. Your heart actually changes how people see your face. In traditional African villages, old people understood this. They knew that a pretty girl who was mean would make a terrible wife. They knew that a handsome boy who was selfish would make a terrible husband. They looked for good hearts, not pretty faces, because they understood. You don't live with someone's face, you live with their heart. A pretty face gets old. Smooth skin gets wrinkles. Perfect bodies change. But you know what gets better with time? A good heart. A kind heart. A caring heart. That beauty never fades. It grows stronger. Amara's scars didn't make her ugly. They were just scars. Her real beauty was in how she treated people, with kindness, care, and love. That beauty would last her whole life. Zuri's pretty face didn't make her beautiful. It was just a face. Her real ugliness was in how she treated people, with coldness, selfishness, and cruelty. And no amount of smooth skin could hide that ugliness once you got close enough to see it. Here's the hard truth this proverb teaches. Most people choose partners, friends, and heroes based on outside beauty. Then they're surprised when those beautiful people make them miserable. But they shouldn't be surprised. They were looking at the wrong thing the whole time. Imagine buying a beautiful box wrapped in shiny paper and pretty ribbons. You get excited because it looks so beautiful. But when you open it, there's nothing inside. Just empty. Would you keep that box on your shelf forever just because the wrapping is pretty? No. Because what's inside matters more than what's outside. People are the same way. The wrapping is the skin, the face, the body. The inside is the heart, the kindness, the character. And just like that box, what's inside matters more. So here's what you need to do. Stop judging people by their skin. Start judging them by their heart. When you meet someone new, don't just look at their face. Watch how they treat others. Do they help people? Are they kind to animals? Do they share? Do they lie? Do they make others feel bad to make themselves feel good? That's how you see their real beauty. And here's the even more important part. Work on your own heart beauty. You can't change your face much. You were born with it. But you can absolutely change your heart. You can choose to be kinder today than yesterday. You can choose to help instead of ignore. You can choose to care instead of being cold. Every time you're kind, your heart gets more beautiful. Every time you help someone, your heart grows prettier. Every time you make someone smile, your heart shines brighter. That's beauty that never fades, beauty that people will remember long after they forget what your face looked like. Let me ask you something. Think about the people you love most in the world. Do you love them because of their perfect faces? Or do you love them because of how they make you feel? Because they're kind, funny, caring, or loving? You see? You already know that heart beauty is more important than skin beauty. You just sometimes forget when looking at strangers or judging yourself. If you're someone who feels ugly because of how you look, I want you to hear this. Your face doesn't decide if you're beautiful. Your heart does. And you can make your heart the most beautiful thing in the world by being kind, caring, and good. If you're someone who only likes pretty people, I want you to hear this. You're missing the most beautiful people in the world because you're looking at the wrong place. The most beautiful person you'll ever meet might have a normal face, but when you see their heart, you'll wonder how you ever thought anyone else was beautiful. Jabari learned this lesson the hard way. He married the pretty face and lost the beautiful heart. He got what he thought he wanted and realized it wasn't what he needed. Don't make Jabari's mistake. Don't spend your life chasing pretty faces while ignoring beautiful hearts. And don't spend your life thinking you're ugly just because your face isn't perfect. Your face is just your face. Your heart is your beauty. So here's my question for you. Who's the most beautiful person you know? Not the prettiest face, the most beautiful heart. Tell me in the comments about someone whose kindness made them beautiful to you. And here's my challenge. This week, do something kind that no one sees. Help someone without posting about it. Be nice when no one's watching. Make your heart a little more beautiful even if no one notices. Because here's the truth that the African elders knew. A beautiful heart enriches everyone around it. Your children will remember your kindness, not your pretty face. Your friends will miss your caring, not your smooth skin. People will tell stories about your good heart long after they've forgotten what you looked like. Real beauty isn't in the mirror. It's in how you make others feel. It's in the warmth you bring. It's in the kindness you show. It's in your heart. And that kind of beauty, that never ever fades. So stop worrying so much about your skin. Start working on your heart. Because Urembo ymtusi ngozi bali and moyo. A person's beauty is not in the skin but in the heart. And a beautiful heart is the most beautiful thing in the world.